So, guys and girls, welcome to this new YouTube video. In this video, I'm going to talk about how training has changed my life and gave me that discipline that was needed to be successful in my business and other aspects of my life. And you may have heard it from one then that training has changed his life, and I can tell you, yes, it changed my life. Why it has changed my life, I can explain to you. My name is Christian. I'm a CEO and a spiritual teacher, and I help people out of the matrix and get them out of the slavery mind and bring them into their full potential, hard life, and to be in their desired reality and to manifest their dream business. But that's not the case today. Today we're going to talk about training. So I have started training since I was 15 and now I'm 22, and I trained since then minimum 3 to 4 times per week hard. I also then started to kickboxing every second day in the week since 2 years, and I have never improved so much in my life back then before as I started to train heavily. Why? Back then I was a gamer. I was addicted to dopamine rushes, to gaming, cola, fast food, sugar, and gaming and porn. And basically I had no hobbies instead of gaming. I didn't want to go out. I'm right now also not a going out person anymore, but I would say it had also an effect that I didn't like to go out with people. As I said, I liked to game more. So, and one day with 15, I started to train, and this, I would say, had an enormous impact onto my life, because from training, I got more confidence, I felt more disciplined, I got more self-responsibility, because now I had something where I needed to show up to gain something, because it wasn't gaming anymore where I need to game and then I get some new skins. No, it was something new. It was real life. And I started to see results and started to gain muscles, and it went kind of nice. I liked it and it gave me something. And so I went every day to the training and started to train even heavier. And with 16 and 17, I looked really, really huge. And I would say this made me, in this times for 16, 17 years old, very confident. And at this time, I also had many girls and so on. So I would say also everything what I had, I would say came also from the training, like my confidence and so on. Because first time in my life, I discovered myself beyond gaming, beyond school. I discovered myself in times where it was hard, it was something different. It clicked something in me, something made click in me, and this changed my whole life. So I would say it also regulated my dopamine, so that I then started to like things that are not that they give you not so much this feeling of dopamine rush, like boring things, reading books, to clean your room, to go out, to go into nature and so on. They started to get more interesting for me. And I would say training was the key to my new best life. Because from there, I then started to self-improve. I started to read books, as I said. And one day I started my business, and it helped me enormously, because many times in my business there came this voice, I don't want this anymore. I want to quit. I don't like it. And every time I go through this thoughts, and I just keep myself sitting and working. And of course there was a time where I then said, oh yeah, I don't like it, because I believed it. I thought and I believed, oh, this is the truth. But in case from the heart, I want to work. I love my businesses and I really stand for them, and I don't let my mind control me anymore. This is the case, because most people are controlled by their mind. This is the thing, like when I go running here, I'm right now in Batumi, when I run to the outdoor park, like in the beginning to run, it feels like from 0 to 100 that the body just starts. It feels like that it is hard, you know. It's like in the beginning it's hard, and then my mind said, I cannot run anymore. And this is for me like what training does. It helps me to really challenge myself and to know who I am, because I'm not this who's saying I cannot run anymore. I just started right now. And this helped me also in business when my mind said, no, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, and so on. And now I understand it was the mind. But back then, sometimes I believed that I don't want this business anymore, that I want to quit because it's hard, because it's boring, or whatever. But I'm supposed to work, and I love it, and I enjoy the ride, and this is the thing, you know. So this is what training taught me, to go over my mind and to go over my what is called, my borders, if it is the right word. What I mean with my capability, you know? Yes, my mind's capability, what my mind is saying, what is possible and not, you know. And even when I train, it's like an anchor in my life, because it brings me so in the present moment, and it gives me a connection to my body, and I feel healthier, and like my life changed in 2 years so crazy. And I would say it's also because of the training, because the training gave me also like a purpose to eat more healthier and to like look at my body different, like not as my body, I look at it as my temple, as my wow, you know, and not as something that I don't care for. And this should be a motivation for you to start your training, because if you have the excitement to train, but then you want to quit after one exercise, you should go after this, because you're excited. You need to look what is your highest excitement. You want to come there, you want to have this body, so you need to accept it, that it will be hard to train for this body. But if you want it really, you will go over these challenges and you will get it. And it's the same with business, you know. It's the same with business. When I feel also very sorry for myself and for my business, because, you know, I blamed my business, I blamed my customers, I blamed my business, and like, because I fall into this trap of, yeah, I don't want this, I don't like this, and so on. But I like it, and this is the thing, you know. So sorry to my customers, sorry to myself, sorry to my business that I said this. But sometimes you need to learn, and this is what training teach me also, to not believe into my mind that is saying I cannot do this anymore, because most of the time you can. Trust me, you can. And this is where growth happens, you know. This is where real growth happens, when you go over your mind, when your mind says you cannot stand this anymore, you just do it, and then you feel you can do it. And this gives you this identification of your mind, so it can also lead to spiritual awakening training. Exactly, it can lead to ego disidentification, so that you're not identified anymore with your thoughts and your mind, also with your body, you know. But it can also lead that you get more identified with your body, because you have this strong body, and then you build the strong identity of this strong man, and so on. Could also go wrong, you know. But for me, it worked very well. I disidentified with my mind, and every time I'm already disidentified since 2 years. But back then, like when now it comes, it's just a reminder of, there's a thought that I cannot run anymore, but I know that I can run, so I know that I'm not my mind. And yeah, this is really good. So training can lead to spiritual awakening. This is very, very good. Also, it can lead to spiritual awakening because you get present in your body, you feel your body. You're not thinking in this moment while you train, because you have to focus on the exercise. So it can make you really present. So this is why I would recommend physical exercise. And as I said, it helps you to go through challenges. So it makes life pretty easy, I would say. Training makes life pretty easy because it's going out of your comfort zone. And you know, it's so crazy that I have my comfort zone is like being self-employed with 22, living on my own with 22 in countries that I never explored. I'm right now in Batumi in Georgia, and like working for my laptop, paying my own rent, paying for my own food, and buying whatever I want. And like, there are no challenges anymore for me because I see nothing as a challenge anymore because everything is so easy in my life. And I would say it's also for the training because you need to push yourself in training. And I would say there's nothing harder and more exhausting than training really hard. So because when you train really hard with hard weights and cardio and you fuck yourself up and you go beyond your limits, then business and sitting on a laptop and typing some things on with your fingers is actually pretty easy. So this should be a reminder for you that you can be limitless, you can go beyond your limits, and that training can lead to more discipline, more self-responsibility, to more confidence, and to spiritual awakening. I hope you like this video. Share me please your experiences with training, if you had a spiritual awakening through training, or what has changed in your life since you trained. I'm really excited to know about your results in training, and maybe we can connect and make some business or whatever. Or if you seek training tips, you can write me a DM. I can coach you in this. And then we see each other next time. Bye bye.